Dan,
Yeah,
you're there?
somewhat.
Is that Bob?
Yeah.
How you doing, Robert?
Oh, nosebleed, that's all.
We got Peter, Robert, and Singh.
Brandon Hyde's on.
Okay. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Just waiting for Dan.
No problem. I was on with him a few minutes ago. I was having trouble getting on my computer, which I've been on Zoom meetings a lot lately on my computer. For some reason, it didn't recognize the email account attached to my computer, but it will recognize it through my phone. So here it is.
Yeah,
Same here. That's on my phone as well.
yeah, you gotta use the phone.
Yeah. Can you guys see me? I can't see the.
I can't see anything.
No.
So Brandon, I can see you and I can see the agenda that's on the screen.
Okay. I only see the agenda, but I don't see. Usually it shows you a little window with all the participants, which I don't see here.
Hi,
Brandon,
Don.
I think you, when you're doing the screen sharing, you are unable to see that unless that person is speaking.
Okay.
Yep.
So we've watched you switch your phone to forward versus selfie mode.
Okay. So,
You're in selfie mode right now.
okay. So you can see me?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, what's that? All my emails are showing.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, how you doing, Dan? Here.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'll read the web-based meeting rules and then turn it over to you, Rich.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a web-based meeting. We're operating under the following procedures. The session is being audio recorded just like every other Wetlands Commission meeting. Please be advised today they are also recording video of the proceedings. To ensure sound quality, I'd ask everyone to take turns speaking. Everyone just generally remain on mute unless speaking or voting, and everyone pretty much has their video off, so we should be good to go. With that, I'll turn it over to you, Rich.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. We will now take a roll call. When I call your name, please say present or otherwise remain silent. Chairman Rick Morrell, present. Vice Chair Doug Lee.
Present. Present.
Peter Chalecki. Robert McCoy.
yeah.
Brandon Hyde.
Present.
Is David Poor here?
Rich, Dave ended up moving out of Norwich, so I'm awaiting a resignation letter to be forwarded along from the city clerk. So you're down
Okay.
a member.
All right, and Singh.
Present.
The roll call has been taken and a quorum is met. I need someone to make a motion to approve the meetings or discuss the meetings from last month.
So moved.
And that was,
Doug. Sorry about that.
do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Please say your name.
Robert McCoy.
Saying
Doug.
Brandon.
Brandon, thank you. Any disapprove? Hearing none, so moved. Dan, communications?
Just a couple. I got a notification on September 4th that they would be treating the pond at 289 New London Turnpike on or around September 10th. And also we got a notice from the Society of Soil Scientists of the Southern New England region that their official registry is only available online this year. They're not going to be sending out print copies. And that's it for communications.
Public hearings?
None.
There's no old business. Brings us to new business. A show cause hearing for unauthorized land disturbance in Norristown Brook Watercourse and FEMA floodway, 27 Pleasant Street, Norwich.
Yes, we sent out, and the homeowner is on tonight too, Michael Richardson. We sent out a letter on the 21st. It was on Facebook. There was pictures of a disturbance in the Norwich Town Brook. So we sent out the letter, and I just remind you that tonight I have the pages up on the screen now. You have to make a decision either to uphold the order, modify it, or withdraw it within 10 days, either tonight or within 10 days from now. And I do have some pictures that I can share with you.
Excuse me, Doug?
Yes.
I don't have video. Would you take over the meeting at this point in time?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you.
Rich, did you want me to describe the pictures, or would you like Dan to do that?
Either or.
So Dan, it might be helpful if you describe the pictures.
Sure. So really what it looks like has been done is the brook up until the rain a couple days ago was completely dry. So it was disturbed and some catch basin type grates were sunk into the ground. I would say with the intention of mortaring the stones to them to rebuild the wall, the existing rock formed wall along there. And I do have Michael Richardson on, and if you'd like to speak to him, I can unmute him for that discussion.
Okay, but Dan, the purpose of the discussion tonight is really just to make a determination on the order. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
And so if we make a determination to uphold the order, we will have to have a hearing. Is that correct?
No, you can, I think from what I understand, and correct me if you remember from other instances, but when we had last year, the people who had removed plantings from the wetland in their yard,
Yes.
they had an opportunity to speak to you, to the commission before, and have a dialogue before any decisions were made regarding the order. So if you determine it's a significant enough disturbance, I believe we can have a public hearing, schedule a public hearing in the future, if that's the route you want to take. But we'd have to advertise that and whatnot.
Correct, but this is excavation definitively in a watercourse or a waterway, which would strike me as a significant event. But I'd like to hear from the opinions of other members on the commission as well.
Okay. So if everyone, people that can see the screen, this is what the wall looked like previously, and there's a couple photos of the current disturbance. And the city engineer has been out there. I also have an email that I can bring up from him that I got this afternoon once we're further along in the discussion. Just let me know when you want me to take the pictures down and put that up.
Okay, is there only the one picture, Dan?
There's these two.
We only see the one with the
We only
great.
see the one.
Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
Mm,
Hmm. Okay,
Oh, now I see it.
there we go.
So this is before or this is after?
This is now.
This is now. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, so the wheelbarrow, Dan, just for reference and to give Rich an idea of what we're looking at, the wheelbarrow itself is sitting in the dry creek or brook bed. And you can
Correct.
see the excavation and the grid that's been placed well below the surface of the creek bed with rocks stacked on it to the right in the picture.
Yes, and I'll bring up a picture now of what it looked like previously.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Dan, I was going to say that was the first picture you showed us. There we go.
There we go. So can everyone see the previously wet conditions?
Yeah.
Is that showing now?
That is correct. It is showing.
Okay.
And it's
Okay,
obvious
thank
that it is obvious that this wall has existed. However, it's unclear whether it's existed with a foundation under it before or just rocks stacked on the creek bed itself.
Correct. In some form or another, it's existed for many, many decades, either as piled stone or neatly stacked stone.
So the limit of the disturbance is a little more than the course of stone as it's shown in the current picture because of the excavation, and the excavation spoils were placed in the dry creek bed. Is that correct based on the pictures we've seen, Dan?
Yeah, I'll go back to the current picture. So the disturbance is, the far end of the wall doesn't seem to have been disturbed at this point. It's the closer end of the wall in the picture.
So, Dan, in mentioning the order, I don't believe you sent out a copy of the order, and I don't think it's been read to the commission. Can you tell us what is in the order as it exists today?
Sure. So the cease and correct order orders them to stop all unauthorized activities, stabilize the disturbed areas along the embankment, remove all the grates and man-made structures installed in the watercourse, and coordinate with an engineer licensed by the state of Connecticut to develop a plan for repair and restoration of the disturbed areas inside and outside of the watercourse within the floodway. And I would ask for an wetlands application with an associated plan that shows the disturbance and the corrective actions within 30 days.
Okay.
And then I'll just share the email from Brian Long, the city engineer. I'll read it for people that don't have video. It says, "Hi Dan, upon receiving the report from Ms. Chinati, I reviewed the location of the work being done within the stream channel at 27 Pleasant Street It appears that work has been done within the stream channel that includes removal and buildup of materials that could possibly have changed the hydraulics within the channel. There is no way of knowing this for sure without an existing and proposed hydraulic study, and the work could possibly require an individual flood management certificate from Connecticut Deep, as well as inland wetland approval. And that's from Brian Long, the city engineer.
All right, and if you could, on the screen, bring back the order that shows the bolded show cause hearing statement. It's at the bottom, there we go. So for Rich's benefit, item 4 in the order is or below item 4, which is the requirement that there be a submission of an IWWCC application. The show cause hearing reads as follows. On October 1st, 2020 at 7 p.m., the Norwich Inland Wetlands and Watercourses Conservation Commission will hold a virtual show cause hearing to provide you with the opportunity to show cause as to why this order should not remain in effect. The Zoom login information is as follows, and it provides the meeting information. Commission will consider the facts presented at the hearing and within 10 days of the completion of the hearing, notify you by certified mail that the original order remains in effect, that a revised order is in effect, or that the order has been withdrawn. The Commission shall publish notice of its decision in a newspaper having general circulation in the municipality. The original order shall be effective upon issuance and shall remain in effect until the Commission affirms, revises, or withdraws the order. The issuance of an order pursuant to this section shall not delay or bar an action pursuant to sections 22A-44 parentheses B of the Connecticut General Statutes as amended or by any other enforcement proceedings provided by law. So we're at the point where we can open the show cause hearing and invite the recipient of the order to speak to the Commission. Dan, do we need a motion to open that, or can we just proceed?
I don't believe so. I think you can just proceed.
Okay. So at this point,
So
the commission would invite Mr. Richardson to provide his statement.
Okay.
Did they have an opportunity to be heard?
That's
Mr. Richardson, are you on? Michael?
Well, he was on earlier.
It shows that he's still here and that it shows unmuted now next to his name, but I don't, beyond that, there's no live video.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just got muted by you, but that's all right.
We can still hear you.
All right. Well, because I got my phone on too.
Yeah, that's what's causing the echo.
Yep.
One or the other
All right.
causing feedback.
Yes. So,
Perfect.
so what
Better
would
now.
you like me guys to do? I mean, I'm not really disturbing anything. I'm making it look better. I'm just reinforcing the wall so you know it was all collapsed and it looked like crap. Now I can't hear them.
No, everyone's here.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Mr. Richardson, if you would bear with me for just a second then.
I shall.
Dan, can you bring up the 4 clauses in the order, please? So the order calls for the following 4 clauses: to immediately stabilize the disturbed areas along the embankment, to remove
Yeah.
all grates and man-made structures installed in the watercourse, to coordinate with an engineer licensed by the state of Connecticut to develop a plan for repair and restoration of all.
I might as well just take it all apart and leave it like it was then. I mean, I'm not going to be able to afford that.
Yeah, the reason why I'm reciting the clauses is only so that it's clear as to what your opportunity is in the virtual hearing. So in the virtual hearing, what you have is the opportunity to provide an argument as to why the 4 clauses in the order should not stand. And so we're giving you that opportunity to make that argument.
All this I'm doing is replacing a bunch of rocks that were destroyed by the flood when we had it, I don't know, like 10 years ago or so. And it just devastated everything. It took a bunch of land away that was, especially over on my neighbor's side. It took a whole bunch of it away. And since it got dry, that's the only time I'm able to really work on the wall so it can stay there and it won't erode. Now I'm not hurting any fish, the wildlife. I even took some crawdads. I brought them down to the Yannick and put them down there. I'm a very conservationist kind of a guy. I would never impede on anything. I'm just trying to make it better for not only me, but as well as the fish. We get ducks that come here in the wintertime, not all the time, but they'll swing down, take a rest, and take right back off and keep flying south. So, I mean, I can't see me doing anything that's what wouldn't be done. I mean, throughout the ages, living on a brook or living on a water course. Throughout the ages, this has been done. My girlfriend Lisa, now we've been here over 25 years. We survived 2 floods. We're the only ones that don't get 5 feet of water in their basement. We are the only ones. Why? Because I know how the water works. I see what it does. I know exactly what it does and where it's going to rise. I'm not, it's not like I don't know what I'm doing.
So thank you, Mr. Richardson. Does that conclude your statement?
Yes, I'm just trying to make it a little better so it doesn't get eroded, and then them tunnels are going to get filled with dirt. The tunnels that go underneath the parking lot, underneath the bridge, there's a lot of crap gets thrown in there. You guys don't clean it out. The city of Norwich don't do it. Last tree that went through there, I went in there with my chainsaw and took it out. I called the city one time about another tree, and they said, well, you noticed it. You got to take it out. So guess what? I took it out. I got my waders. I got because I fish a lot. So I got my waders, fired up the chainsaw, and there I was, sitting in the middle of the brook, taking care of business, because the city of Norwich don't.
Okay. So, Mr. Richardson, thank you very much for your statement. With that statement, Dan, do we close the show cause hearing and then have a discussion among the commission members?
Sure. Yeah, I think that would be appropriate at this point if the general discussion is satisfactory.
Okay. So I'll invite any of the commission members to ask any questions of Mr. Richardson. And if there are no questions, then I would solicit a motion to close the show cause hearing.
Doug, could you read those 4 clauses again?
Yes, the first clause is immediately stabilize the disturbed areas along the embankment. Second clause is to remove all grates and man-made structures installed in the watercourse. Third clause is to coordinate with an engineer licensed by the state of Connecticut to develop a plan for repair and restoration of all disturbed areas inside and outside of the watercourse within the floodway. And the fourth clause is to submit a City of Norwich Inland Wetlands Conservation Commission application with an associated site plan depicting the unpermitted land disturbance activities that have occurred to date, and for any or all restoration work to be performed on site. This application must be submitted no later than 30 days from receipt of this order. The commission will review the application and plans for completeness at its next regularly scheduled meeting date.
Thank you. Dan, is there any way the city engineer can help in clause number 3 to help reduce costs for Mr. Richardson?
I can't speak for him. I know that it would probably require some coordination with Deep, but we could explore that if you'd like us to.
Yeah.
This is Brandon Hyde. I agree with that. I was actually going to entertain that myself. It seems like he's trying to do what's good for the watercourse, and he's trying to be respectful and actually trying to stabilize erosion. It seems like just wasn't sure of the proper channels to go through, so to speak. But if the city could work with them to reduce the cost and stabilize the area, that's our major concern, in my opinion.
Repair and inspect.
Hi, this is Singh.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I completely agree with Brandon, and maybe city engineer should review it first as well. So the resident, I don't know, like I don't think it's fair to hire somebody and the resident paying somebody that much money. If we can tackle it on our own, that'll be the best thing to help him out, I will say. But of course, we gotta make sure the course of water is properly channelized. So that's my thing on this situation. And of course, all these properties seems like it, resident maybe don't have enough information, or sometimes they just do things, and they should first ask the proper authorities for their review before they even make any changes. So I don't know what kind of awareness or letters we can send it to the residents who have these kind of things in their backyard. So if they have to do any work, they should know that they need to take permission or ask or have city engineer come and review the property before they make any changes.
Right. So I would remind all of the commission members that the purpose of this discussion is specifically to discuss this order, and nothing more than that. It sounds, based on the discussion, as if the commission would, on the whole, prefer to slightly modify the order to include the option of working with the city as much as possible to address clause 3. Have I correctly relayed the sentiment of the commission members?
That's
Yeah.
correct, Doug.
Okay.
This is Brandon Hyde, and I agree with that, and I would make a motion to that as well if you need.
Yes, we would need a motion, and we need a second. Do I have a motion?
I think time is of the essence, ought to be said too.
I agree.
Do I
So
have a
if
motion?
if I may speak before you have a motion, Doug.
Okay.
The option that the commission's choosing is the second option is revise the order with the change to number 3, correct? That would be the
Parent
motion.
That is correct. I'm waiting for a
And
motion
with
so
the-
that's clear.
Okay.
Doug, this is Brandon. I can state the motion if you'd like.
Thank you.
I,
Please
Brandon
do.
Hyde, move to modify the order to modify number 3 and allow the recipient to work with the city in a timely fashion so that this area may be stabilized appropriately.
Do I hear a second?
Second. McCoy.
Thank you. Okay, so we have a motion to modify the order as proposed, and it has been seconded. All in favor, signify by your name. Robert McCoy,
Aye.
Brandon Hyde,
Aye.
Peter Chalecki,
Aye.
Singh,
All right.
and
Rich, aye.
Thank you, Rich. Okay, hearing no one in disagreement, the motion carries unanimously.
Dan, is there other business?
Yes, we have 2 new applications to be received. 20-13 is for it's an application. Hold on one second. Grab my folder here. 20-13 is for a single-family home located at 2 Sabrina's Court in Norwich, construction of a single-family home. And then 20-14 is for a rock pool installation at 18 Farmview Drive.
These will have to be tabled for next month.
Correct.
Do I hear a move to table?
This is Doug, so moved.
Second.
All in favor, please state your name.
All right. Singh.
Aye, Brandon Hyde.
Aye, McCoy.
Aye, Doug.
Aye,
Any
Pete.
opposed? Oops, sorry. Any opposed? Hearing none, so moved. Any violations, Dan?
No violations, but in other business, I did receive at the close of business yesterday an updated plan for 868 Scotland Road, which was the disturbance in a waterway from earlier in the year. I haven't had a chance to review it yet, but I'll report to you on it at the meeting next month.
Very good. Do I hear a move to adjourn?
Before we adjourn, sorry, Brandon Hyde, can I interrupt for 1 second? Dan,
Go ahead.
yep, just like to request, Dan, that obviously to stabilize that stream bank, to get decent germination before the off season, do you think it's feasible for the city to work with him fast enough for that to happen?
For Pleasant Street,
Yes, sir.
I'll talk to Brian tomorrow. I don't know if he's properly credentialed to make that call. So we'll get in touch with him and Deep to see how we should proceed at this point.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I can send out an email to the commission updating you of the progress when we find out some answers.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Sure thing.
That's all, thank you.
Okay. Is there a move to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn. This is Singh.
Seconded, Brandon.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye. McCoy?
Aye.
Hyde.
Any opposed? Hearing none, so moved. Thank you, gentlemen, very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone, for your time.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Dan,
Be safe.
Dan, can I talk to you a moment?